Hey guys, this video is going to be about the time that, or the season of my life that I was living in the Matrix. It was in my 20s and my teens and my 20s and early 30s as well. I remember life was so much easier being in the Matrix because you kind of just go with the flow of things. You don't give it a second thought. You just go to work, you come home, you eat, you go to the gym, and perhaps you come home again and you sleep and you do it all over again. But as I grew into my spiritual self, I realized that that's not normal. Well, that's the normal for the world, but being spiritual takes you to a new level of life that you just realize certain things, and it's very difficult. I confess that being awake is much more difficult than when I was living in the Matrix, because when I was living in the Matrix, I would just do things and I wouldn't question it because it would bother me, like certain things, but I would just not question it because I thought that was just the way things were. But now being awake, it's very hard to see all the things that happen around me and in the world, and seeing other people just taking it as I used to. And I've realized certain things about the world. And it feels very, very lonely to be in this place, because in a way, I wish I was able to go back to that old me, because then I would suffer less. Being outside of the matrix, or being awakened, is a lot harder. You just suffer so much more. You just see things for what they are, and there's no, once you awakened to the reality of life, once you come out of the matrix, there's no going back. Even if you want to, there's no way out. And to me, that is a blessing and a curse at the same time. I feel very blessed because I have been chosen to see this deeper and real way of life, of how life is. It's kind of like I'm watching it from above, but at the same time, the suffering is incredible. I wish I was ignorant of many things, but I can't go back. And trust me, you suffer much more while being awakened than while you're asleep or in the matrix. Um, I remember just doing things and thinking, you know, kind of like, okay, that doesn't really resonate with me, but it is what it is. And so this is how things are, and we'll do it that way. And you just keep going. Life keeps pushing you, and you just keep being obedient. But when you are awakened, it's so much harder. It's like you're carrying a huge burden that you don't know how to lift off your shoulders, and everything feels heavy, and life feels heavier, and it's just very uncomfortable. I know that if you're watching this video and you can relate, you know exactly what I'm talking about the heaviness that we feel being awakened. And that's what I wanted to bring up in this video, say how it is a burden to be awakened, even though it's a blessing too. But I want to know how many of you can relate, and tell me more about your experience in the comments. I'm interested in learning how others feel about being awakened versus not being awakened. What differences do you perceive that make life heavier now for you, if it does? And I'm sure it does, because being awakened is just indescribable. But I want to hear from you. Drop it in the comments. Like this video, subscribe as well for more videos like this, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Peace.